Creativity is intelligence having fun. Albert Einstein. Everyone has the ability to gather knowledge and make surface-level use of it, but in order to make the most out of the knowledge you try so hard to gather, learn, and figure out how best to use, we have to open our minds up to new ways of using them. Growing up, I remember being told by multiple adults in my life that if you don't go to college, you're basically telling the world that you aren't smart enough to make a decent living and not important enough to be worth listening to. And this always bothered me. I've known people that went to school and got master's degrees who end up doing dead-end jobs they hate, just as much as I've known people who have never or barely finished high school, who I would consider some of the smartest and most successful people I know in the areas that they are truly passionate about. The only real difference that I've seen between people is why they want knowledge, do they pursue knowledge in any form that makes sense to them, and are they gathering knowledge just to have or to use? I know that for some people intelligence isn't the same thing as knowledge, but to me it is. You can know every fact in the world, understand what all of those facts mean, but if you can't apply them, then what was the point? I deeply respect people who may not know enough about everything to win at Jeopardy, but the areas that they are passionate about, they are not only deeply knowledgeable about, but they also have learned how to apply this in their lives for the benefit of themselves, their families, or even the world at large. Albert Einstein was a great example of this. He loved mathematics because it was fun to him. He was passionate about it, and he let his mind roam freely on where he might be able to apply this knowledge. He didn't allow himself to be constrained by what other people assumed was pure fact, and he allowed himself to work within the commonly accepted facts while still leaving his mind open to other things that might change those and make them more. He wasn't the guy pursuing a PhD in mathematics because it was generally the accepted way to gain acceptance and respect for being knowledgeable. He was just the guy who got a kick out of it and eventually made his impact by doing it just because he could. No one, now at least, would say he wasn't an intelligent man, yet it was his ability to creatively use that knowledge that fueled his passion and gave us what we know about him and his accomplishments today. How can I apply this? I will be trying to use this every day as I move forward into 2019. I spent a great deal of the last several years and beyond learning as much as I could about small business, content creation, and all those other areas that are of interest to me. And yet, even with all that knowledge, I know that there's still so much more out there. I know that there's all this other knowledge out there right at my fingertips, thanks to the internet and creation of search devices like Google. What I'm going to continue working on, however, is taking this everyday knowledge that people are freely sharing and that I already have, and trying to find ways to put my own spin on it and use it to my advantage. Yes, I am creating content, but how can I do that in a unique way that only I can do? Yes, I want to make $40,000 this year through using online systems, but how can I do that with the knowledge that I already have and doing it in a way that works best for me? I have goals that I'm very sure I can accomplish over the rest of my life, but how can I take the knowledge that I have and use that to push me towards completion of these goals in my own unique way, adding to the world at large, myself, and my own future, not taking away from it. These are the things running through my mind as I push forward today working on my various projects. What do you think it means? Do you agree with my take on it, or do you find other messages in such a simple line from Mr. Einstein? How will you apply the message in this quote today and moving forward? Leave your answers down below so we can all share, encourage, and push each other to be more together than we could have been by ourselves. If you find this video helpful and would like to keep seeing more like it in the future, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, as we are putting out a new video every morning at 6 a.m. And if you'd like to be reminded to tune in for your daily dose of getting your head right in order to better attack the day, make sure you hit that bell icon that turns on notifications, as this lets YouTube know that you want to be informed every time a new video drops. Thanks for listening. Now get out there and attack your day.